everyone, today is a big day. We are finally getting rid of this blue sticky tack. This room has just been covered in sticky tack all over the walls, all over the place. At one point, a friend had asked me if the blue sticky tack on the wall was like blue tape to go in and make any fixes on the walls. And I told him that it was just like, it all had to come down because it's blue sticky tack and it was all cat posters. So it's finally time to get rid of that. Also today, because it was like a crazy week, Jared will be removing this half of the carpet for me. I really wanted to be further along in the room process. I really wanted to have this room, at least the walls, painted before the carpet came out, so that way I didn't have to put anything down on the floors. But just the way that the week happened, I wasn't able to get to the walls this week. So purple carpet is coming out on this half of the room. Sticky tack is coming down. The walls are getting painted. And hopefully I'll have a good trim color. So we'll see how far we get, and let's get to work. In a previous video, somebody had commented saying, well, if you're going to keep the carpet, why aren't you protecting it? Truthfully, I always knew that this carpet was going to come up, but I wasn't sure what the floors looked like underneath it. Whenever I pulled the carpet up for the closet, I saw that the floor was actually in pretty good shape in this room. There are a few rooms in this house where the floor is in really nice condition, and I just had no idea what these floors would look like. I'm pretty confident that the floor in this entire space is at least walkable, or we could put a rug down. We do have a rug for the nursery half, so if we need a rug in here, we'll just pull one in here as well. One thing interesting that I found on the carpet whenever we moved the bed was this chicken foot. So after I saw that, I definitely knew that this carpet needed to come up because I have no idea what happened in this room before. He's throwing the mat out. He crawled on the roof, out the window, threw the mat off the roof. That's how he got the carpet down as well. I just didn't expect to see this out before going pick up lunch. The floors look ridiculously good in here. I'm so excited. But for now, I'm going to take this plastic down, and I'm just going to use this half of the plastic for the floor in here. I shouldn't be doing anything with like sawdust. And I will still have the second layer that's on the other side to protect from anything in here as well. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait for the bed to come back in this space. It's just gonna look amazing. I do not have words to express how excited I am to get rid of all of this putty. Thankfully, it's fairly easy. I'm just hoping that I don't have to like go in and sand these walls. I probably will anyway, now I'm thinking about it.
Tell me when you're ready. I get away, he's waiting. I learned to love that look, and I can read your signs. We're jumping on the first bus. Don't need no one to save us. We're pulling up the curtain that covers this blue sky. Oh, tell me, can you feel we're floating in the air? We are midnight birds floating through the night clouds, setting sails up high and light. Lit up sky with lights and the dust that a fan can hold us, just a sparkling rays in the ocean.
This tiny little thumbtack the butt of a thumbtack, I guess. I don't know, what else would you call that? The pointy part of the thumbtack has been stuck in this little piece forever. And it's driving me nuts. So I'm gonna try to get it out with this. See if I can. Oh. That was much more anticlimactic than I thought it would be. All of these little holes that were in the wood were from thumbtacks, and a lot of them actually did get stuck in there. Thankfully, I was able to get them out with a hammer, except for that one little one. So I'm glad that it's easy. They use such big nails in this wall for I don't know what. They're just all over the place. That's pretty big. I don't know how to get these out. There are 2 screws that are on this side that have blue putty over them, and I'm not quite sure if they're gonna come out with the drill. Oh, that's not so bad. They're little. This thing is cute. I don't really know what to do with it, but I'm gonna hold on to it for something. I'm sure I can find something to do with it later. I'm going in with a 120 grit on these holes, so that way whenever I put joint compound over them, they're not gonna be like super bumpy. After I put joint compound, I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. And then tomorrow I will prime and caulk and all kinds of fun things to really prep this space for paint. So I didn't do anything yesterday, but I am working today, and it's time to get rid of this kitty cat, the last kitty cat in the room. I really do still think that I'm gonna keep this because I'm crazy, but I also had 2 friends message me and tell me that I should have ripped up that piece of carpet with the chicken foot and framed it. So like, really, who's the crazy one? I'm just kidding. I love them. I did take a photo of it, so I may frame it. But also, like, it would be kind of fun to make an art piece out of it. Not the actual carpet, but like maybe build a texture around the actual print. I don't know. I just think it would be really funny. So here's the oops cat. Here's the oops cat. There it is. I guess I'll just put this in the scroll room until further notice. I do have a doctor's appointment that I have to go to this afternoon, but my goal for the day is to get this whole room primed. All of the walls need to be cleaned. These were definitely added while the paint was still wet, so they aren't coming off super easy, but we'll make do. And then of course, I have to Swiffer the walls. It's just a requirement at this point, but I do love to Swiffer the walls. I was laying in bed last night, and whenever I was looking up, all of the ceiling had just like a ton of webs and stuff. It was kind of gross. And in this corner, like above my head, I know that there are some webs. I actually ran into those the other day whenever I was scraping blue sticky tack off. So definitely need to make sure these walls are cleaned and ready for priming. These walls are quite disgusting. I don't know what this is. It's been here for over a year.
Come on, baby, take a leap of faith. We got a love that's worth the wait. Darling, you've been on my mind. Gonna love you to the end of time. begun. I'm never gonna let you go. With your love I'll never be alone. There's only one thing I know for sure. I'm never gonna let you go.
One thing that I've always hated about this room is this giant piece of wood under the window. It just seems so unnecessarily large, and it runs right up to the trim. So as I was priming other areas of the room last night, I was looking at this and trying to assess if I want to remove it or if I just want to leave it there and deal with it. My problem is I don't want to have to do completely new drywall here, just out of preference for the fact that I want to move to the nursery half so bad right now, and I'm like starting to be in full nesting mode. So obviously I want to do the best I can in this room, and I want to get it to as perfect as possible. But, you know, doing completely new drywall here is just not something that I'm interested in at this point in time. I tried to peek in a little corner crack on the side over there, and I think that the previous owner did put drywall under here and then just put this giant board up for some reason. So I'm gonna remove it carefully as I possibly can. It does butt up right to the trim, and if I hate it, if I pull it off and I hate it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this needs to go back, I'll just put it back up. But I would definitely be upset with myself if I did not at least try. And then the window on the other side, it also has a pretty significant large chunk of wood. So I'll probably be removing that as well. I have this decorative trim that I use in the closet, and I just kind of want to like see, you know, that just looks so much better to me. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can totally work with this. Oh yeah. I'm so happy I removed this. No, just have a little piece here. Yes. Literally a million times better. Like, yes. A few little holes to patch for it to look pretty. Sold. Sign me up.
Tell me when you're ready. I get away, he's waiting. I learned to love that look, and I can read your signs. We're jumping on the first bus. Don't need no one to save us. We're pulling up the curtain that covers this blue sky. Oh, tell me, can you feel we're floating in the air? We are midnight birds floating through the night clouds, setting sails up high and lit up sky with flags in the dusk. Not a fan can hold us, just a sparkling rays in the ocean waves. We're feeling on our heels yet, but they will never get us. We're running fast as lightning. They want to turn back time. There is so much peace here. We We're floating through the atmosphere. We light about a feather, soaring into space. 'Cause I know that you see the world so small from here. We are midnight pilots, floating through the night clouds, setting sails up high, lit up sky with bliss into dust. Not a thing can hold us, just a sparkling rays on the ocean waves. We are midnight pilots, floating through the night clouds, setting sails up high, lit up sky. We are flashing through dust. Not a thing can hold us, just a sparkling rays on the ocean waves.
It's been a couple weeks. It's been a time trying to finish this room, and just the last few days I've been so bummed out trying to figure out a solution. Like, my brain just was not coming up with a solution for the trim. Let me tell you what has been happening. As I was getting ready to paint the walls, I was going to go in and fill all of the seams with caulk for the baseboards and any of the trim work that's in the room, because I really do want this space to look complete. I want it to look really nice. I want it to look finished to the best of my ability. However, something in me was telling me to check for lead for this one piece of the baseboards, because in my brain, the trim needed to be sanded, and something in me told me, hey, check for lead just one more time. I know for a fact that the pink paint does not have any lead, but I wanted to check under the pink paint just in case, just to be extra cautious. I'm so glad that I did that before sanding, because like 3 layers under the pink paint, there is just a tiny presence of lead. And obviously I would have sanded all the way to the wood, so I would have gotten lead paint particles everywhere. That being said, my timeline was pushed back by about 3 days. And I think I found a solution that will look good until I can get back in here and remove all of the lead paint. Obviously, the most ideal solution would be to remove the lead paint. The second most ideal would be to get some sort of encapsulating paint or primer, but that would take me a lot longer to get. I'm in my 3rd trimester now. I need to have this room ready, and I'm leaving for my baby shower soon. So like, whenever I come back, we're just gonna have baby stuff, and I need to have all of this done. So the solution that I came up with is Peel Stop Wood Putty Primer Paint. From what I've read about Peel Stop, it's kind of like a glue that just makes sure that your paint does not peel any further than it already is. The paint job in here as a whole is just really awful for this trim. So again, ideal would have been to sand it all down so that way my paint will look really pretty. But for now, I'm gonna go in with the Peel Stop anywhere that I see paint might be peeling, so that way it stops the peel. Then I'll prime with regular primer, and I have Benjamin Moore Advanced Paint, which is self-leveling. Obviously, it can only self-level so much, but I'm hoping with all of these steps, the paint job will look at least decent and not look as awful as if I just tried to paint over what was already here. I'm a little bummed that this is the solution and this is the path that I had to take, because I wanted to make this room perfect, but given the situation, I just gotta roll with the punches here.
Take my time, dear, just to keep you around here. know what they say, you can't keep the clouds away, away, far away. Every day is a brand new day. All my life I've been searching for the right way to keep my head above the clouds, to keep myself from looking down. It's harder than you think to live our days in happiness, to worry about what happens next. It's harder than you think to. It's harder than you think. Life's moving faster. It's all just a game we play. I've been losing myself in every single way. At least I still have you. I've played all my cards, and I'm all out of luck. Put my money in the jackpot, but I guess it's falling through. At least I still have you. Every day is a brand new day. All my life I've been searching for the right way to keep my head above the clouds, to keep myself from looking down. It's harder than you think to live our days in happiness, or
trim and it's pretty rough. I'm not even gonna like try to hide it. It's pretty rough, but it is the best I could do given the situation that I was in. I definitely think the prep work that I did really helped. And right here in this area, there's no further chipping. And then anywhere where I put the peel stop, there's no further chipping, which did its job. I appreciate it for what it is, but there's only so much that I could do. It is kind of a bummer, but in a few years, I'll come through, I'll retackle this space, and I'll make sure that I take all of the precautions and actually remove all of the layers of paint off these baseboards before deciding how to move forward. But that's a plan for future me. For now, we're gonna finish the trim under the windows and then move everything in. Currently for the bedroom, I'm having to use what I have for certain areas, and the curtains are definitely one of those areas. I ordered these for the living room, and I don't know why, but I had 3 extra. So I'm going to use these in this room for the time being. Once I'm done with the accent wall in the nursery, I'm going to be ordering new curtains for all of these windows, plus the window that's in the nursery half of the room. So these are very temporary, and they're going to blend in with the wall. This rug is definitely too small for the space and for under the bed. However, Chewy likes to go under the bed and he likes to jump on and off the bed, so I wanted to give a little cushion there.